This group of parts, they are called managers. They are managing everything, taking care of everything. They're called protectors. They always want to be in control of the environment, of situations, of the people. Their biggest goal is to keep things safe. They're very proactive. They plan, they're thinking, they're very rational. So they plan ahead to avoid stuff, to prevent stuff from happening. They want to really please everyone. They are thinkers. The next ones are exiles. The name already says. A lot of times they have been locked up. They have put in kind of an inner prison inside our minds. They can be very emotional and they can overwhelm you with emotion, crying like a child all the time. We all have seen adults behaving like children, and they are our inner children. They're very vulnerable. What happened is that they are frozen in the past. They're stuck in the past. They still believe that you are like a 3-year-old or you are like 5 years old, and they behave like that. And you have probably seen adults in action behaving like little children. We all have them inside of us. They're very young. They went through traumatic events in our childhoods. They have been exploited, rejected, abandoned. They feel very alone. They're very desperate and needy. They want to feel loved. They want to feel accepted. And they want to break out of the prison. They don't like to be in a prison. The managers are trying to keep them in the prison. So they do everything so they don't come out, because they don't want to be seen as vulnerable and as emotional in public, because they want to stay in control. So like that's, well, you're out of control. And then we have different type of parts. They're called firefighters. They're also protector parts. They are like firefighters. When something is burning, they come and then they jump in and they do something to distinguish the fire. They're really problem solvers. It's when there is a problem, a lot of times an exile, overwhelming you with emotions, like crying in public, they jump in. They're reactive. They're also very impulsive. So they want a quick solution and a fast solution, and they want it right now, and it has to be effective. It has to be working. And they don't really care what can go wrong. A lot of times doing stuff just to have the emotions out of the way, but things can go wrong. They want you to feel calm again, not emotional again, huh? And they want to appease, and they have some kind of strategies. They have a big repertoire of strategies, so they can numb you, they can dissociate, they can distract you, they can use something to soothe you, like drugs or alcohol or work. They don't care if anybody else is pleased or not. They only care to really have the exile out of the way again, locked up in prison safe, so nothing can happen. They tend to displease everyone, and they don't care. And they're not thinking. They are reacting quickly. So for example, when you have an ants infestation in your house, they will try to solve the problem of the ants. And what they do is they burn down the house. So problem solved, no ants anymore. However, you don't have a house anymore. So they weren't thinking. You know, they're very impulsive. They jump in with strategies, and they can harm you and can actually make things worse. You know, they're very short-term thinkers. We will start with one part, which most people know, and it's called the inner critic. It's not agreeing to some things we are saying or doing, and it's judging very much. Question to you right now is, which part do you think does the inner critic belong to? Is it a manager? Is it an exile? Is it a firefighter?